Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the podcast. If you're listening on any of the wonderful devices such as Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iTunes, what have you, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're listening to us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell on the side where we will be dropping all wonderful content and you can see it first, once again, if you hit that bell button. A bunch of other things are happening today on the podcast, great things, which we're going to be talking about in a little bit. But also, 100%, you need to remember,
get that leg! Collective Podcast, Episode 12. What are we going to talk about, Christian? Do I know? Yes, I do. That is Antonio Giurato, Staten Island comedian, going on 6 years of amazing talent and doing great things for our community as far as in Staten Island. Christian, what do you have to say?
It's another Jerry-led episode, which that means I've instantly regretted giving him power again.
But the luck is all in your hands, Christian.
Yep.
Please have faith in me.
But before I give the baton over to Jerry and we get on with the interview,
I'll pass it over to you.
First, some notes, some cleanup, if it were. So on October 20th, Jerry and I are going to be at the Vault of Horror Film Festival.
I've never been so afraid in my life.
So we'll be at the fourth annual Vault of Horror Film Festival, Saturday, October 20th, at Amendment 18, 691 Bay Street on Staten Island, New York. Say hi. There's going to be a whole bunch of films there. I'm not too sure if we're going to drop something or not. Chris is probably yelling at me right now just through YouTube as he's listening because I dropped something.
The YouTube hands are really speaking for themselves. Chris, be a very gentle person.
Yes.
Please.
And we're going to be there. Guys, for our podcast, to another podcast, for all you wrestling fans out there, if you would like to listen to a great show, our friends over at the Empty Arena podcast, they talk about all things wrestling.
Oh, those studs.
They took Joe Valenti from us.
Chris, do you think we're ever going to have him on the show? I'm really getting worried.
Well, maybe. I don't know. If they name drop Joe Valenti, that's our gimmick.
Do you think we have to sue them?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
But that's the Empty Arena podcast. You listen to them on all the wonderful ways you can listen to them. I'm not. I have to figure out like where you can listen to. Yeah, I know this is bad. This is a bad advertisement. But yeah, they're on iTunes. You can listen to them on iTunes and Apple Podcasts and whatever. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully be on it one day soon to talk about wrestling because I got a lot of shit on my mind. So for the month of October, since it's Halloween month and we have a special film coming out at the end of the month, we're going to have Chris Marcianti back on. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a double episode.
Now, I gotta say, Christian, you have been hyping him up tremendously on this one. Chris is going to probably be coming in his scary Michael Myers mask with a tuxedo on,
yes.
And he's just going to sit there awkwardly, quietly, just the way I like him.
Him and me are going to get into a debate, an argument like only me and Chris can. Those of you that know me and Chris, we just argue for hours. Loving, but
I already see you hugging him out.
He said that I was very coy on the last episode that he was on, that I wasn't antagonized as much, but when his episode comes up, I'm going to be all reins ahead.
You're going to be triggered.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be triggered to the point. We're all going to debate. We're going to talk about Halloween.
Even I'll get offended.
We're going to talk about Halloween, all the movies, why Chris thinks the new movie is going to suck, why I think the new movie is going to be good. It's going to be back-to-back episodes, I think. I don't know if we have enough content for both, for 2 episodes, but we're going to have Chris on. He's going to promote the Vault of Horror. We're going to talk about all things Halloween. We're going to do childhood memories. We're going to debate about the little nuances of the Halloween movies. We're going to talk about my favorite, well, not my favorite, but Halloween 6 we're going to talk about again, and we're going to do a what if me and Chris had the reins to do a Halloween 6, what we would have done differently, what they did good. You can see I'm getting excited already. Jerry's shaking his head.
The Halloween, Christian, this is like Christmas for me as far as how geeking out you're going to be.
Oh, yeah, I'm geeking out. Jerry already has his costume already. He's going to be sitting here in the banana costume. I'm going to be sitting here in a gorilla costume. Chris Barcianti's going to sit here not in a costume, because we're not going to tell him that he's in a costume. I'm just kidding.
So you're saying this is man versus food?
This is man versus food. This is ape versus food. Planet of the Apes versus the Planet of the Bananas, or Sausage Party.
Love it.
You can have the bananas in it. But yeah, so I'm rambling on too much. I think that's it for all the stuff that I needed to promote.
And lastly, before anything, as we're about to end, Christian, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Let's go, and we're out.
All right, Jerry, you can have the reins. I'll still be on the podcast, but I'll be very quiet.
You better be.
I'll talk. I'll like we have with Craig Lloydron. I'll chip in a little bit.
You'll be a good boy.
Yeah, I'll be a good boy. And here is the interview.
What is going on, everybody? Collective Podcast here, episode 12. I am here. Ignoring me to my left, as always, Christian Caputo, the wonderful, beautiful bastard that you are. And then, second person as my guest in the hot seat, comedian on Staten Island, Antonio Giurato.
Oh, man, it's great to be in the Guselli Mansion.
Guselli Mansion.
I was telling people I was doing this podcast, people who know who he is. I'm like, oh, yeah, Jerry. And he's like, you call him Jerry? You guys are on that, nickname basis? Like, I don't know. This is the guy. Do you like Jerry?
I hate everything about Jerry. No,
oh, okay, all right. Okay.
No, it's
all right, Jerry.
Exactly.
Jerry. I hate he doesn't watch Jerry
No, he doesn't even watch Seinfeld.
I don't even watch Jerry Springer. What are you talking about? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, he doesn't watch Jerry Springer because they name it also the Jews. He can't. It's a conflict of interest with with his career.
You already know.
Jerry.
We're already getting to the hot seat. Not just for you, but just for me.
Oh, it's getting hot for him. But yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. It's very fun. You guys are cool. You guys have had a good run. This is what, episode 12, right?
Episode 12.
Yeah, episode 12.
All right. If I keep talking, this might be the last episode.
In the series finale of the Collective Podcast.
Are you sure? Now, we got lucky on Craig Lloydron as that was my first time. I think the second one's going to be my last episode.
Yeah.
So I think we're both on the same
page.
Yeah. So here's my first one for you. So if you weren't wasting your time with us, where would you be right now?
No, I'd probably be knee deep in my baby shit. This kid, he just shits nonstop. Like, it's a new thing. He, having a baby, he's like a Pokemon, but every time he evolves, he just learns a shitty skill. He either shits his pants, his shit defies gravity. He poops up his back, So if he's sitting,
you defy the impossible.
It is. It's up and away. He's like Superman poop. He literally shoots up his back. And then every time you hope that it's gonna be an easy cleanup, it gets in his armpits. And it's gross. They don't tell you this. I think these babies are these adorable little things. And they don't let you know that
until the first week.
Demons.
Honestly, I've seen so much poop. I think I can make it as a scat fetish porn star. I think I could do it. I get 2 girls, 1 cup that used to gross me out. Now I'm this could be a viable career option for me.
He watches it normally now because it has no effect on him.
I watch 2 girls, 1 cup for the artistic value. Now. It's oh man, I get it now.
Coming to a museum near you.
There we go.
Always in the city.
I'm they could finger paint with it. It's poop is a very underrated color scheme. It's very very malleable. You could finger paint. You do if my son ever gets in trouble and the police come, we're gonna use that as the ink blot, just a poop little hand.
Well, mud pies,
this shit's getting real right now.
I'm telling you, this is gonna be the last episode of the Goose Cast.
I wasn't updating myself, but with the mud pies, you get a big thing of mud.
Oh yeah.
So it's instead of mud, it's poop.
It's
as I'm making the hand movement.
He's making the hand movement, but it's not. It's more fluid. You can kind of wash your hand with Purell, and eventually it moisturizes. This is good. I don't know if your listeners are into the scat community, but poop sex. Don't be afraid of it. It's fine. You gotta accept it into your heart and into your rectum, and it's fine. It's good. But yeah, having a baby, I'd be spending time with the little guy right now. He's cute, he's adorable, he's a little Guido. He was born with a full head of hair, and it already was blown out like Paulie did. He just came out with sunglasses, a fake tan.
So you're the Vinny to his Paulie D.
I am the Vinny to his Paulie.
So when you get a hit up Jenks or the Jersey Shore right now?
Jenks.
I think he's old enough.
We make a joke, me and my friend, because we used to be bros, me and my friend. And we used to go out to Jenks, we used to go to not Headline. Headline was good. Jenks, Seaside, Karma, Bamboo, like all the Guido cesspool.
Dude, shit,
Karma was a Guido cesspool. If you walked in there without like chlamydia, and you walked out clean,
you were sane.
God bless you. You must be the luckiest man alive because you could pee and just get the clap.
So with your new baby boy, big congratulations,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Thank
so when is his debut comedy show going to be, and where are you going to do it for?
His debut comedy show is going to be at the random step I leave him at because his kid is too much.
I can't
No, he's no. I don't know. I hope, you always hope your kid has a good sense of humor. Cause,
Yeah.
like, you see some of these kids that, like, I try and play with other kids. Like, obviously not just random kids. I'm not just going around. Like, hey,
I knew that one was coming.
Hey, want to have catch? He's like, Mom, stranger danger. No, like I try and play with these kids and be like, oh, hey, make a funny face. And these kids just look at you like you're retarded. Like, I mean, I feel like the kids, because they're so saturated with YouTube, like, I feel like their sense of humor is either not there because they've never gotten a chance to really grow. Like, think about it. What was your favorite cartoon growing up? Like, that was like hysterical.
Oh my god!
Way to turn the questions on us right
Yeah,
there.
no, because I'm gonna realize. This is the gateways. I feed back, and I'm gonna tell you who I love.
So so Rugrats was a big one.
Rugrats was great.
Yeah.
Tom, Angelica was the first bitch. Like, that's how I learned what a bitch was. Like, this is girl Angelica. I don't know the word for it yet, but once I hear it, once I heard someone say, "Hey, yo, you bitch," I was like, "Oh, Angelica."
Angelica, there you go.
That's right. That's the word I was looking for.
And then you Facebook scroll and every
Yeah.
Angelica that you know.
You dumb bitch, and now I know what to call you. Breaking Tommy's balls because he plays with a rattle. Yeah, dude. And
At
Rugrats,
31 years old.
Rugrats was like, watching it as an adult. There was some like highbrow stuff. Like there was an episode that if you look at it, it's on like all those like YouTube.
Oh,
like,
I know which one.
like the Watch
conspiracies.
Mojos.
Yeah.
One of them was that his grandfather rented a porn video, and they just threw that right in there.
That one I didn't hear.
No,
Holy
no,
shit.
it was he goes I rented Reptar in Space.
Yeah,
and
for the
then
kids.
I also rented Lonely Space Vixens, which that's for when after you guys go to bed.
Yeah, so that means grandpa's
And
gonna
Tommy and
jerk
Chucky
you while the
look at
kids
him
are
like-
sleeping.
Tommy and Chucky look at him like, what?
Yeah, that's the grandpa one. He's probably popping a Cialis. All right, kids are going to bed. I'm gonna get knee deep in some lube with some Space Vixens, and that was cool because in the '90s, as a kid, you could throw that in there. No one got upset. No parents were like, "Oh my god, ban Rugrats." Or now, meanwhile, fucking Dora the Explorer uses the wrong pronoun. Fucking, they're gonna complain and cancel the show.
He said she. It's like, oh my god.
Who has this time to be offended? Like, I can't remember the last time I genuinely was like, wow, that offended me so much, I'm going to comment on this Facebook status.
No, I know what you mean, though.
I've never been upset.
Yeah, no, they were trying to which show, it came back. The Tim Allen show, they canceled.
Oh, yeah, because
And it
he's
just
super
came back,
conservative. Like, oh, man, I guess he got picked up by Fox now, right?
Yeah.
Like, ABC dropped.
The first episode just came on yesterday, 2 days
Or even
ago.
the thing with Roseanne Barr, which I'm not going to defend what she said.
Yeah, no, me neither. But
I'm just going to say, but back in the day, I feel like if she would have said something like that, it would have been like, all right, just fine her, cut her out of a season, and let her back. Because the people who had nothing to do with that statement got fired from the show.
Yeah.
So, the kid who plays, the little kid in there, oh, guess what, Junior, you're out of a job because Roseanne's a racist. He's like, but I mean, if the kid was like, listen, I totally agree with Roseanne. Like, all right, then fucking can that little fuck.
And here's everyone's defense towards it.
Yeah.
It's 2018,
No,
we're progressive.
But also people who are famous should have publicists to be like, oh, maybe you shouldn't say
Exactly.
that. If I was famous, I would totally need a publicist because I'd be the guy who I just go too hard on Twitter and Facebook and be like, fuck, I'm out of a job.
So we're gonna be looking for a publicist for you on this
There you
one.
go.
We are really multitasking our endeavors right now. So now it's pretty interesting when you were talking about your son from before and just with the whole aspect with him and his future and stuff like that. But let's go back to the past a little bit. So when you first started announcing that your wife was pregnant, you guys did a Britney Spears cover.
We did.
So I'm really curious to hear why that song, what made her want to do that, what.
So they were singing, "She's so lucky, she's a star." Oh no.
Yeah, she's lucky. That's when she filed the divorce papers. It's like, oh man, you got out the great time.
But she cries.
No, my wife's she's Sarah. My wife, she's a very good singer. She sang in chorus in Tottenville. She's just always been passionate about singing. She's never really pursued it, which I always wanted to do, at least a cover band or something. But so every now and then we'll collaborate.
That's my next question. She never done anything like that?
She never did anything, and it's a shame. It's like in Bronx Tale. It's like the worst thing in life is wasted talent. You know what I mean? Saddest thing. But but it's great. She loves. So every now and then we collaborate, and we're like, all right, let's do something that we could both get involved in. Right? You'll play some bass, and we gotta sing the song that's really like you have to be really oblivious to subtext if you didn't know where that song was going. Like it's hit me baby one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you really looked into it, is he gonna like assault a child? Like we really looked into it.
Oh,
like,
wow, yeah. No.
Yeah, like if someone was super analytical, it's like, oh, hit me baby one more time. Is he gonna beat his wife into a minute? Like this, like it could have been really like the social justice wars could have really took a spin. It's like, well, what do you mean? Why are you hitting the baby? What did the baby do to you?
What did the baby do? I had a friend when I was younger. She was like 4 years younger than me, and she was singing Spice Girls. If you want to be in my love, I'm like, dude, you're like 7.
You're 7. Chris Hansen comes in like, what song were we just singing?
What song?
Sit there, Dixie.
I'm like, what?
It pulls up your internet history. It's like, oh, so it says in this chat room you said, hey baby, ASL. Which for the old listeners, the age sex location back in the 90s chat room grind.
Back when Howard Stern was always out.
Yeah, Howard's ASL, man. But yeah, no, it is crazy how like you got these kids singing Cardi B.
Yeah.
And Cardi B's a sick hood rat. Like, I mean, I prefer Nicki because at least like she doesn't try to like come off as classy, and she knows where Nicki knows what she's doing.
So much more lyrical too.
She's way
creeps
more.
Me out.
Yeah, she's scary. Like I would not want to ever
her
meet
eyes,
her.
Her eyes, it's like,
Like my only problem with Nicki Minaj is like she named a song called Chun-Li. And I'm like, oh, awesome, there's going to be mad Street Fighter references. There was not one Street Fighter reference.
Wow, it's so interesting you said that, because I was, like, kind of going for the same thing. I was, like, definitely hoping to see, like, how witty she
Hadouken! I was wanting to see a Hadouken for no reason.
And you want to know what's funny is I could hear her saying that.
Yeah.
So that's what's funny about it.
Because she has, like, these random outbursts when she does, like, her raps or whatever.
Oh, yeah, when she does the Roman dream, when she goes into, like, her split personality.
Oh, yeah, no. That's the reason why she creeps me out. It's because that split personality, when her voice goes from, like, up to, like
the
really
kid
deep.
voice.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, she's odd. I would not want to mess with that.
Yeah.
Just because she might just do that voice. And like, oh, shit, that's
like,
it. Just take my money.
And when she smiles, it's like creepy.
She has that way because she's so plastic surgery. She's like literally like she's the closest thing to like a living Barbie doll. Like,
no, I've seen worse.
You've seen real Barbie
dolls? I've seen worse, but
yeah, I've seen them at Toys R Us.
I've seen them at Toys R Us.
Oh no, I don't know exactly like.
They don't rap songs with false promises of video game analogies, which I was really upset about.
Oh.
Like, what's next? Do you name a song called Mortal Kombat and then not even mention like Scorpion? Like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Man, you know what? That's a Cardi B gets my vote. Take back everything I said.
It's an utter offense to all 90s millennials, obviously. We're just ranting about this for
I'm upset.
The whole purpose of the podcast.
Yeah, I should start a hashtag. Where the fuck? What's Ken, right? You didn't mention Bison?
And Bison, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You mentioned Toys R Us. Like, now, like, your son now is going to grow up in a world that doesn't have...
Yeah, you know, I just remember, like, getting smacked by my dad because I would act the fool in Toys R Us. Like, Toys R Us was, like, the one place, like, you could go and just be a kid. Like, my son's, I can't be like, all right, son, ready to toy shop? All right, here's this Amazon tab.
Here's Amazon.
Yeah.
Here's the Amazon tab. Here's the Best Buy tab.
Here's my credit card.
Here's my credit card. Go wild, you know. But yeah, Toys R Us, you could go in there. Like, I would just play with Nerf guns, shoot at random kids, throw ball. I was a bad kid, so what I would do in Toys R Us is I would go to the ball aisle. Remember they would have, like, that really rinky-dink, like... it was like a cage for like the big bouncy balls, right?
I worked at Toys R Us.
Yeah, so you know what I think? Yeah, it was like really fringing. I would literally just grab those balls and just hurl them as far as I could throw them into the aisles, like. So I don't know who they would hit if they hit anybody.
For the fences.
Yeah,
I had to clean that up, you bastard.
Yeah, but in the time screen, it wasn't you because this is now we're talking like a good 8-year-old Antonio in Bay Ridge.
Christian was a kid when he worked there.
Oh yeah.
Christian transcends time and space. He's just always a manager. Like,
what are you kids doing?
He's just the omnipresent Toys R Us
We
manager.
were born the same year. No big deal.
That's like too with like when we were younger with the books for Christmas, like the Christmas books, the big Christmas books. I want this.
Oh yeah, you used to get the big like Christmas Bible, and you'd be like, that's what you would rub it in the Jewish kids' faces. They're like, he's like, oh, look what I'm getting for Christmas. Because you didn't think about it, they called it the Christmas book. They never called it like the holiday book. Like, you know, I remember like showing it to like one of my friends who was Jewish, and he was like, oh, whatever, I have Hanukkah Harry. I was like, what? And I was intrigued. So apparently his parents, like, because they were so upset like that, you know, everyone had, you know, Santa Claus. They're like, oh, you know, we got Hanukkah Harry. I was like, oh, well, that's fucking brilliant.
I think the new thing now is they have like Mensch on the bench. You know,
Mensch on the bench.
You know Shark Tank, right? I think that's where like that idea came from.
To compete with Elf on a Shelf. Yeah.
Elf on a Shelf.
He's just a really judgy like Yiddish guy. He put him wherever you want. You could want to put.
I think the more amusing thing is, like, when you have, like, a Barbara Kokarin or whatever, and she was, like, giving her 2 cents on, like, the back. She's like, there's no rules. She's going on, like, a whole tangent about that. Because I want to follow rules. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's no happy holidays. There's like, yeah, there's the Toys R Us Christmas book. Have fun. Buy a big wheel.
The, what big store was that called? That Christmas movie.
Jingle All the Way?
No, Miracle on 34th Street.
Put my cookie down.
I'm Turbo Man. No, like
so you can eat my cookie. Oh, you think of Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street.
What about it?
The store. The big.
Macy's.
Walmart.
Yeah,
Macy's, the big Macy's book. That's what.
Yeah. I think they have child slavery, so I don't support them. I'm a JCPenney guy.
That's Amazon.
There we go. Oh, my money's in Amazon.
Did you ever have the Scholastic books?
Scholastic, yeah.
That too. Now it's like.
But you know what? I would never buy books. I would always buy like the book accessories. Like I would be like, oh man, cool, a Goosebumps like backpack for books I'm not gonna put in there.
That's another show. Goosebumps. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't think that would be.
No, it's because they were like creepy books, but like kids in the 90s weren't pussies. They were like. Like, I remember what was the one with the dummy...
Night of
the Living Dummy. That shit was mad creepy. Like, the soulless, like, eyes of the dummy on the cover. Like, that's, like, haunting.
There was one episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, which made me afraid of swimming.
That was really good.
Swimming.
Oh.
That was the one where it's...
The ghost that drowned in the pool or
something?
And,
like, they put iodine in the water, and the monster comes up.
Yeah.
That legit freaked me out to the point where I refused to swim for, like,
that was really... And that was good storytelling. Yeah. And that was, like, on Nickelodeon, which is now... has fucking, I don't know what their big show is now. What is it? Like, I don't know.
That's how far removed we are as far as with that
My safe bet is my friend just had a kid back in June, and he's basically sitting his kid in front of the TV and just not watching television, just putting on like Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic.
Looney Tunes. Be like, you're not watching any of this new crap.
Like you know what Looney Tunes taught us? I feel like a lot of the kids' cartoons don't know is like every Looney Tunes character was just a prick. And they prepared you for life. Like Wile E.
That's such a harsh truth, though.
That is.
People do not realize that at first.
Dude,
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny was a huge prick, but then again, Elmer Fudd was trying to murder him, so it was like it was cool. It's like, all right, they're just dicking around. Or like Tweety Bird and like Sylvester.
But isn't that interesting though? Like that's like the good like thematic between like good versus evil, even in stuff like that. Even when it's like condescending, when you really do your research about it, you still get that too.
Dude, there's like that's how I learned like the harsh like you're gonna meet people like Bugs Bunny when you grow up. There's gonna be a guy that's gonna eat a carrot, and then when you turn around, he's gonna just punch you in the face with like an anvil or something. I don't know. Or like you're gonna be chasing him because he called your girlfriend a whore, and then all of a sudden. You think you're walking into Jenks, but really he painted a fake door, and you hit the wall. Like, oh shit, that looked like a real door, but he just went through it.
So what would Wile E. Coyote be?
Wile E. Coyote, he was an innovator, because you know what? He spent his entire... Actually, no, he's a fucking failure now I think about it. He spent his entire life... Don't be Wile E. Coyote. I can't make this guy heroic. He spent his whole life chasing a bird. Like,
he spent his whole life savings.
Yeah, his whole life, yeah. You know what? If Wile E. Coyote was around now, he would write a negative Yelp review to Acme. He'd be like, Acme, I bought all your shit. You refused... You have the worst refund policy. It's like, I can't catch this goddamn bird. He's like, I even tried your rocket. It blew me up.
I want to see what that rooster guy would be like in 2018.
I say.
Oh, the rooster guy. And you know what? We all kind of knew, like... He might be racist. Like, Foghorn Leghorn. I say the South will rise again, boy. And like, oh wow, man. Like even I'm doing the voice, I'm like, yeah, that's
and don't you find it interesting? Like you learn about that stuff in school, and it takes that to really connect with it.
It's like, oh man,
that would never be
Yosemite Sam, super racist. They always had him playing like a Confederate soldier,
right?
And I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just learning about history.
He curses underneath his
he's cursing. Oh god damn it, North. We won't abolish slavery. Like I was like, oh shit, man, that's some real shit. Did I learn history?
These damn rabbits.
Yeah, and then like who else was? Speedy Gonzales, who was super Mexican stereotype. And we never thought twice about it as a kid because no one got upset in the 90s. Now, actually, you don't see Speedy Gonzales when they make the new like reboots of like like you Looney Tunes, he's just like,
Oh,
hello,
yeah.
how are you? I'm Speedy. I took English second language in
hello,
school.
I've
I've learned how to get rid of my accent in 70 days. Hello, how are you? I will be running very fast
I think
now.
the bigger picture is, too, like, being that we're on the subject, I've always believed that it's news versus social media. In terms of, like, how things were politicized back then, how, like, you know, with the FCC, for example, they were so, like, restricted upon, like, music that came out. They would always try to fight to see, like, what music they would ban and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But the biggest thing is, like, now we have social media, so the publicity for it is going to be 10 times as massive just because of, like, how people view it in real time.
Oh, no, absolutely. You don't have that outlet of instant, like, oh, shit just went down. There you go. It's news now.
Exactly.
It's like the 90s. What was the biggest news of the 90s? Bill Clinton got a blowjob.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
And no one was, like, upset. Everyone's like, oh, man, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
Like, when I was a kid,
dude.
it's like, wait, that's how I think I learned what oral sex was because of...
I still didn't know what is.
Because I heard... Someone's like, he got a blowjob. I'm like...
What do you just blow?
Like blow? That's the only thing I knew was blow pops. So some chick just gave him like lollipops. The president just gets lollipops.
See, I knew you had enough humility to admit that you were a kid just now.
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
it's like, I did not have sexual relations. I was like, he had sex, and the president had sex. Cool.
I want, and it was. I didn't know who his wife was. I just, oh, the president's like, I thought it was like a sultan. He just has like a harem of like ladies. And I'm like, I'm just giving blow pops. And that's awesome. How do I get that job? I want to be a blow jobber. I want to give the job of giving out the blow pops to the president.
It's like, I'm going to give you a job. What's the job, Tom? Blow job.
Oh, all right. He's like, all right, boy, loosen your jaw. I'm like, what, sir? I got grape and watermelon. I don't got jaw flavor.
It's like, no, that type of blow job.
No.
So, like, obviously, I've seen you a few times, like, throughout your comedy stuff, and the biggest thing I've learned to realize with you is you're someone with no filter, unapologetically, and you should be very proud of that for who you are as a person. But I wanted to ask you something, though. So my question is, like, what was one time when you were actually performing and you feel like you fucked up so bad that it made you, like, a better person with your humor and stuff like that?
Oh, so, like my humor is very, like, when you saw me at, like, the roast.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the roast is, like, a very good, like, I like very biting punchlines. I like shock. But I don't like shock value just for the sake of shock. I want it to be a good joke behind the shock value.
Got it.
Which takes me to, like, you know, the Staten Island scene has gotten really great. We have some great comedians here. Greg and Rob, who you know, Carter's
Constant
Own.
shows, too.
Oh, they're always on shows. They do Pepper Jacks, is a great show. They always have me on it, and I'm very appreciative of that. Then my boys were in the shadows. It's like a little mafia. But yeah,
the strings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to operate from the shadows. You know, it's
And
like the
sync, no
Illuminati.
strings attached.
There you go. Yeah, I'm jamming some NSYNC right now. No, but the comedy scene's as good as it's been. I remember, I think I met you back in the day when, like, hashtag was, like, the only,
like
hotspot.
2016, I think?
That was a long time. That's when I met you.
Hashtag closed, what, 2016 or early
2016, yeah. That's when I started comedy. I've been doing, like, 3 years now.
That roast battle we did, I think that was 2 weeks before it closed.
Yes, the one that I was the judge. I don't know why they asked me to judge it. And they're like, you want to judge? I'm like, all right. Do you realize no one else available?
I count my blessings for the one round that I win then.
Yeah, you went up against...
Steve. Ignatius.
Oh, Ignatius, yeah.
He's a cool-ass guy, though.
No, he's cool. He's got a great podcast. He's in Strange Company. Yeah, he's a cool guy. But yeah, no. So out of all the scenes, Staten Island Super, very, very, I guess, conservative in terms of what you can say on stage. Like, they're very lenient. As long as it's in good taste and it's funny, no one's going to be upset with you. But there's one spot, the Hop Shop, which it's a good mic. It is very good. You know, it's always packed. It's great for...
Seems to be organized, at least.
Very organized. The guy, Donald Teachhouse, does do a good job organizing it. But again, he can't control what the crowd feels.
Exactly.
So it has made me a better comedian going there because I've had some really bad sets there. And because, like, the thing is, like, I forget how sensitive the average person is.
Right.
Like, me and you, we could just talk about me sticking a Q-tip in my son's butt, him pooping on me. It's like, all right, whatever, you know. When are we going to get to the semen, guys?
In my head, I'm like, are you sure we could talk about that? No.
This kid's talking about shit. I want to hear about this kid's cock. Chris Hansen's knocking on the door. He goes, I heard there was an old guy smoking marijuana last week, and now you guys are talking about kids' cocks. The collective podcast is good. But no.
To catch a predator.
So what I just said right now would not fly at a Hop Shop. They're just, you know, the Hop Shop is, if you don't want to leave Staten Island, but you want that Greenwich Village city experience, you go there. It's the same type of energy. So, like, it's funny, like, the jokes that get people offended are jokes I don't even think are my offensive jokes.
Yeah.
So, like, I did a joke, so I do a lot of crowd work, like, I do, like, a lot, I like to interact with the audience, because, like, you know, I think, like, comedy in its organic form is just busting each other's balls. Like, everyone, that's how you become friends with people. Like, break each other's balls. Like, oh, man.
If you didn't like each other, you wouldn't
exactly. And you build actually a connection from doing that. So I like to just tease the audience. I know my boundaries of when to make it tasteful and not be too insulting. So this young girl goes up before me, and she's got a great voice. She does singing. It's like a mixed open mic. So you could do singing, poetry, rapping if you want, anything. You could do comedy. So she goes up, beautiful voice, does great. So I notice in the corner of my eye, she's got an older guy and an older woman with her at her table, and another younger friend. So I'm thinking, maybe it's like a family situation. Maybe it's a friend or sister and mom and dad. So I sort of follow her. I'm like, wow, let's hear for Alyssa. Amazing voice. Wow, such talent. But you know who has the real talent? Is her father is semen. Like, you have the most talented seed in this room, sir. The guy I thought was going to be funny, be like, oh, man, because I'm complimenting his seed. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I'm like, your fertility game is on point because you just produced this girl with amazing Mariah Carey windpipes. And he goes like, hey, there's kids here. And I was
not even to defend his daughter, there's kids here.
No, it gets even better. So he says that, and I'm like in shock because I'm like, I really thought this was going to go great because the rest of the crowd was starting to feel it. And the thing you'll realize, I'm sure when you've done comedy, is once one person in the crowd turns on you, it becomes like a tumor. It's spread. Contagion. Exactly. Like, laughter's contagious. Not laughing's also contagious.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to be the one dickhead who's laughing at the guy who's not doing well. So that's so he makes the room really uncomfortable. So I'm trying to recover from it. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean 15? I'm like, you know what I was saying when I was 15? These kids, he was trying to play I'm trying to shelter the kids in this room, you know.
Right.
First off, it's Sunday at 10 o'clock, this mic. Doesn't even start on time, so really it's starting at 11:30. Why are there 15-year-old kids here? Shouldn't you be ready for doing, I don't know, doing your Regents exams or whatever? I don't know what kids take now.
Yeah, Regents.
Regents are still a thing? I don't know if they did away with them because they're too hard for these snowflakes.
No, they probably made it.
They probably made it easier. Yeah, easier. It's like if you could write your name and name, one Mariah Carey song.
That's 50 points.
Miley Cyrus is probably too old.
Yeah, music history.
Music history.
They're going to do music history.
Well, what did Kim Kardashian last snap? All right. You get 100. You could go to Berkeley College. Yeah.
No, here's the bonus question. When did Gary Vaynerchuk go on LinkedIn? And then you go on
there you go. That's how you find out who the elitists are.
Exactly.
No, so I say that I try to go into recovery mode, and I'm usually pretty good on my feet, but this guy just made the room so uncomfortable. And he goes you gotta clean it up, buddy. And I'm like, all right, clean it up. So then I purposely, because now I get antagonized, he's like, clean it up. So then I start telling, jokes that are purposely mean.
Oh, yeah.
So I tell one of my jokes. I don't really do this one anymore because it's one of those jokes that goes one way or another. So I always say, I taught my father Tinder, and that he was getting it until a swipe left. And he goes, Antonio, what you mean a swipe left? The only time I swipe left is when your mother burns the lasagna. and then sometimes domestic violence doesn't always hit, and that's the follow-up if people don't like it. But that joke, I did that just to piss him off. So now I'm in antagonistic mode, and I realize I can't be like that because then my whole set was just downhill from there. So then I start trying to do my material, and then at that point the crowd hates me. So I don't know if what I'm doing is a good joke. If my new jokes are good because... I don't know if my new jokes are bad because they're bad or they're bad because the audience hates me.
Timing's of the essence. It's so weird that way. For the few times I've done comedy, I've learned to realize the hard way, and sometimes in a good way, it's always on the timing and the moments in the environment.
Absolutely.
That make it performance.
So once the crowd turned on me from this first guy's outburst, my set went downhill. But then it got worse because then I did a joke that I didn't think was offensive. So I talk about my son. I said, I just had a son, blah, blah, blah. My wife wants to get his name tattooed on her hip. And I said, baby, you know how stupid that's going to look in 20 years when you're a single mom? And so the girl in the front row went, ha ha, they're really I'm offended, you just said something that's not appropriate.
Right.
So again, now I'm in antagonistic mode. It's what upset you about that, sweetheart? Using sweetheart knowing that these people don't like the catcalling words. Now I'm just in villain mode.
Yeah.
I'm just a pure villain right now. Because I know how sensitive these people are, and now I'm I am Heath Ledger's Joker right now. I'm just doing crazy shit just to do it.
You're the Joker of the Jokers.
I'm why so offended, Snowflake? And so she goes well, I'm a single mom, and we don't get enough credit. We're the toughest bitches on this planet. And I'm just oh shit, these people don't understand comedy. These people literally are taking everything I say as truth. So then at this point, I literally just start saying, all right, who are we going to offend next? Any blacks here?
Oh.
And I don't actually say a black joke, but I was painting myself as such a villain. And it was just so bad that the guy who runs I apologize to the guy who ran the mic because it was like because like the guy knows me. He's like, you've been doing comedy for like 3 years, and like the couple of times I've done sets there, I've had good sets, okay sets, but this was just like abysmal. That's when like I was just a pure
and
villain.
Understood. You knew like
at this point it's like I got into, and what I learned from that bad set is like, you know, once you're painting as a villain, you're better off trying to win them back over than just spitefully just offending them, because then like they could remember, because they have a very good fan base, this mic, so you'll see a lot of the same people. So I went there a few weeks later, and the guy remembered me. He goes like, "Hey man, I loved your set, but that one guy fucked up your vibe in the beginning when like you were just like busting his balls a little bit." And I'm like, "Yeah." The guy was like so upset that I said he so this is the big turnaround. So I was like, "Yeah." The guy was upset that I said that he has great seed because his daughter was so talented. He goes like, "That wasn't even his daughter. That was the music teacher." I was like, "What?" I don't know how the times have changed, but my music teacher in high school would never come out 11:30 on a Sunday night to watch me sing and then get upset when I talked about semen. I mean, like that was even creepier. If I had known.
That's pretty weird, though.
Like, did your teachers ever go out and like, "Hey,
No.
Christian, you're singing some songs"?
I kind of
school was
figured
just separate from the person.
Yeah.
like
That's
when
crazy.
you started telling the story, I figured like this guy's not going to be her dad.
It's not her dad.
Because that's how the stories usually go.
Like, I was so offended. I was more sold that it was her father, because the guy was like, "You better tone it down. There's kids here." Like, if I was a stranger, I'd be like, "Fuck it, say whatever you want about these kids. They're not my kids."
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like you wouldn't get that from Staten Island, like a lot of people. Like, oh, there's kids here, because they'd be along with that.
Yes.
Because especially like the more south in Staten Island, you get the more like,
yeah. Get off my lawn, boy.
So this is
I'm
always.
10, but I date like a 18-year-old.
So I wonder how this interview would go if we weren't in Princess Bay right now.
We're in Princess
We
Bay.
were like by the Staten Island Ferry or something.
I'd be probably talking about how like my vegan diet's great. You know, oh man, I have so much energy. Do you like my man bun, guys?
I just moved to Irby.
I moved to Irby. I hate white people now, even though I'm white. I mean, it's like my thing now.
Change my
There
mind.
it is. Who changed my mind?
What that's actually funny is, like I do touch about race a lot in my act, because I did an Ancestry.com. I did the DNA test.
Oh, I think I heard this before.
Yeah, and so I did come back. I'm only 80% Sicilian, and
I'm Sicilian too.
I'm 8% like Syrian, and then 6% African, and then I think breaks down 5% Middle Eastern and 2% Jewish. So I'm like, I see this, I'm like, awesome! I could make fun of all these people guilt-free. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I do that.
So now in my act, I keep my results with me. So when I say something, they get offended. I whip it out. I'm like, bam! No, 6% African American. You guys buckle up, snowflakes. It's gonna be a long ride.
I'm Sicilian too, but like I'm like dark-skinned Sicilian. So
You
I'm
might
like,
be my
so
African brother, Christian.
I'm really nervous. I want to do Ancestry or DNA.
There's a
but
6% chance.
No, it's like I'm really
6%.
nervous that I'm gonna be like, you're like 40% Italian and like 30% like something else, like African. I'm gonna be like,
I'll tell you right now, if you might have African. Have you ever found Tyler Perry funny?
kind of.
Me too. I'm like, I hate Medea, but I can't look away. I mean, there's something.
No, I like the Medea character. I just think like that he's gonna stop making those.
He's
Medea
gotta stop.
movies.
Medea, I explained this to this. You know who Medea is? Medea is the strong black version of Ernest. Remember Ernest?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ernest
okay,
scared stupid.
yeah.
Ernest goes to jail. Like, she is black Ernest. Like Ernest.
The first time I heard of Medea was like, my mom's like, oh, watching a movie. I go like, what's the name of the movie? She goes, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and I'm like, I thought it was a comedy. I was
Yeah.
like, what, like the Wayans brothers make this? And my mom's like, no, it's Tyler Perry. I go, who?
Who?
This was like 2006. And he's like,
Yeah.
he's really funny. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's been doing it for a while. I mean, I commitment to the character. I mean, I don't know who likes her, but like, he keeps making movies. That's how I think he's just. That's Ernest. That's his Ernest. Like, Ernest went to jail. Ernest saved Christmas. Ernest saved Hanukkah. Ernest saved Halloween.
Ernest Scared Stupid was the only one that I
Ernest Scared Stupid was funny. He's throwing milk at goblins.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
now you can't do, like, my son has a dairy sensitivity. This movie
He's
offends
lactose
me.
intolerant.
Yeah, ban
I'm
Ernest.
offended. Like,
He has to throw almond milk to kill the gremlins or whatever. Yeah.
And then he's got to finish it off with the soy milk too.
Yeah,
He's got to do that too. So
then he opened mouth
So he
kisses
constipates
with
me now.
Gremlin at the end.
Oh, I love open mouth.
now to kind of like turn the tables on though, like you just spoke about like some of the more awkward times that you perform. What was one time that you performed and it was like such a bro fest? Like everyone was just like on your side.
Oh, Brofest is every time I perform.
Oh, boy.
So now me and the Staten Island community, we've kind of pushed forward this this philosophy called cockfucking.
Oh,
Now
boy.
Christian's looking at me like, why did we invite this guy? I'm completely regretting this. This kid's talked about scat, now he's fucking with his cock. How else would you fuck with? So in comedy, we'd always say like, if you did great, you killed.
Yeah.
So just one day, I don't know, I did a show in Jersey. It was me, Greg, and Rob Cardizone, and in New Jersey, like everyone who was doing well.
Oh, Greg has no filter.
Oh, Greg's the best.
Greg's
Greg. We talk about mafia movies. Rob's they're great. I love them. So we do this show, and everyone from New Jersey's talking about like this is the first bro set I did, and like I guess when my bro character, my stage persona like came to fruition. So everyone in New Jersey at this show is just like doing what we call now cheap pops. Remember Mankind used to talk about cheap pops?
Okay.
Right
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in New York.
Exactly, yeah. Easy things that get easy applause. So this girl would be like, oh my God, let me hear it, New Jersey, wherever town we were. Let's say we're in Hackensack. Hey, let's hear it, Hackensack. And it's like, oh man, I just came from Wawa's. And everyone's like, yeah, from Wawa's. So I'm like, I'm going to go up there and I'm just going to be like a super sick bro. I just went up there. I'm like, yeah, bro, I just came from Headliners. I went to Powerhouse Gym in Hazlitt. And dude, they were all just going nuts. I was asking this one bro, I was like, bro, how much you bet? She goes like, I don't know, bro, 305. I'm like, yo, 306, bro. And I just got on stage, started doing push-ups. Like, they were going nuts. Greg and Rob are like pissing themselves because they think it's the most ridiculous. They think it's the most ridiculous thing that I'm doing. So I finished the set. I had a great set. I come out. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's how you cockfuck New Jersey. So up until that time, like cockfuck was just like, oh man, I got cockfuck. Like they would use it in like the light of like, I got gypped. Like, oh man, I paid for Cinemax, but oh man, they only gave me HBO. I got cockfucked by Time Warner. What package did I really pay for? But then we turned cockfuck into like this positive
Please,
thing.
you furthered the cable bill.
Yeah, this is gonna be this episode gonna be banned in like this episode's gonna be banned in the North Shore. There's only gonna be allowed episode too hot for the North Shore.
I can see
podcast.
I can
After
see
dark.
like CTV wants to pick up like a streaming opportunity.
Wait,
It's
CTV?
Like, yeah.
I used to work at CTV.
Oh, CTV. Did you ever have any relations with the guy Nevin Cummings who does the comedy variety show?
I've never had any relations
Were
with
you ever
anybody.
one? Who was on like one of those? I've seen like a couple of them.
I did one
You did
most
one?
recently. Me, Sal Coldonato, also a
Got
good
it.
friend of mine, funny
Did
dude.
you do late night with Johnny P?
No, I think he ended. I don't think he does it anymore. I would love to do it
No,
because
I was
Johnny
there-
P would always have a hot broad every episode. It'd be a different broad. That's the most Italian thing you could do. And he never introduced the girl. He was like, "Yeah, I'm Johnny P.
Sure.
And this is Dina," and that's it. And they're gonna be there like filing her nails, like cracking gum, like.
I started working like CTV. Like I don't know if you know Frank Morano. He did
I know the
Morano
name.
Vision.
Yes. I
Yeah.
know the
So
name.
like he finished doing Morano Vision, and I came into CTV like about a year and a half after he finished, and the shows that I ran was Caputo in the Kitchen, which was my dad's cooking show.
Oh, nice.
And my dad, like the story about that is my dad's like, who the hell's gonna watch this? He did like 3 shows, and like he's walking in the middle of the mall, people are stopping him, taking pictures.
Mr.
wanting his
Caputo,
autograph.
your chicken
Yeah, it's like-
Milanese was off the hook.
Your chicken porn! It's like he's signing autographs. People, he's at a party.
See, your dad's like the Guy Fieri of Staten Island.
Yeah, he's at a
How
party.
did you realize that?
He's at a Christmas party. Some woman's like, "You look very familiar." My dad's like, "I don't know." I go, "You do a cooking show." My dad's like on the floor dying.
He's like, Mr. Caputo, veal piccata? I know you're the veal piccata guy.
Microwave in the kitchen? I know you do.
I did that. I did. I had 2 shitty films. That.
Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure they're there. They like The Room, like where it's like bad but like good.
No, those are
Yes,
my movies.
no,
What are you talking about?
No, I did 2 Star Wars ripoffs
Okay.
called Galaxy Wars,
Oh, nice.
and they were
Whenever I hear Star Wars ripoff, I either think of Spaceballs and then parody.
Oh no, like
And I was hoping it was the latter you
you.
were going to tell me.
After podcast done, I'll show you Galaxy Wars. It's
I would
great.
love to see Galaxy Wars.
Yeah, and I did 2.
How did you do how did you cast the women? Because I feel like now in the very Me Too era we're in, like
Here's
how
the
does casting goes? How's
It's
how's
a
it
great start.
professional?
We did it.
Well,
They're all dudes. It was a sausage fest.
Well, it's funny for like
Sausage Wars.
We did a trailer for a film that we were gonna do like,
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. So like we did casting, and we had casting at my friend's apartment at the Tyson's apartments. Now Tyson's is kind of in New York.
Oh, okay,
Those
yeah.
bellies. So it's kind of like I don't
Some
know.
parts are good, some parts you could kind of feel like suspicious about.
And-
Why, you think there's a certain kind of people that makes you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mate,
so
That's
who
it.
it
You know
is.
what? I draw the line at this guy.
You're
So
offended
no,
now.
I'm done.
So like it's funny. Like
I'm 6% African. I don't like the tone you guys
I
are
like
taking.
Tony, you're having
You bunch of crackers.
Who you call a cracker? No,
The 6% of me is gonna move
So-
the Tyson.
I'm offended. No,
No, yeah,
like-
I know the place is okay. Yeah,
we
sketchy
had-
neighborhoods everywhere.
But we had my friend who we were casting with. He was like, I don't know how many women are gonna come. We're gonna get more men showing up for the casting call. All women showed up.
Really?
And I made the joke. I said, "Where's the black couch? Where's the camera? What's wrong with you?
man.
Casting couch? What's going on
I love
here?"
casting couches. I mean, like as a woman, I would feel like uncomfortable. Like, I mean, I could get it. Like, if you're like getting casted, like you guys are gentlemen. I know you guys. I guess, right? Do I know you?
Awkward pause for
I know you guys.
No,
Silence.
you
No,
look
no,
at
no,
Christian
no.
like so sure. You look at me like, oh, I've known him for too
The
long.
goose. I know the goose is up.
Yeah. No.
He's selling up to his old chick. He's like, all right, sweetheart,
It's like,
what's your
shut up and quiet.
name?
It's like, shut up and quiet. No.
Sweetheart, show a little cleavage. All right, you want to be a big star, don't you? I can
take your shirt off.
I can see Goose like chomping a cigar, like with his feet up on a desk. Like, oh, so you want to be a star, sweetheart?
Oh, God.
No, but yeah, but I'm surprised a lot of women showed up because
Yeah.
I tell my wife all the time, if we had a daughter, which I'm glad we don't. Like if I had to have a daughter, I'd have to raise like a Ronda Rousey because like it's so scary to have a girl now because there's so many creepy dudes, and like if you're really good at sports, you could get away with a lot of stuff. Like that's the gist I get from the media. So it's like as a girl, I want her to be like a badass. So like as a girl, like I commend women who like show up like casting things. So it's like who knows who's the next Weinstein, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Silly. No.
So I was like, oh, so it says here you won a hot dog eating contest. I got a sausage for you now, sweetie.
Let's see how much of sausage you can eat.
He likes sausage, and he actually, because he's a gentleman, he brings like extra sausage platter.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Primo's,
The
good
woman's like,
stuff.
"Oh, what's going
My
on?"
mother
It's
made
like-
sausage and peppers. You look hungry.
Peppers, yeah.
No, I'd be like, would you like a penny vodka slice with that, please?
You want some bread? You want some bread to soak up the sauce?
That would be a really good like comedy skit. It's like, hey,
Like you think he's gonna say something perverted to this poor young girl, and he's just coming out with this great quality Italian meats. He goes to Superstar. It might be a little too hot for you, sweetheart, but take a little
You want
slice.
some gabagool? Let's come on. I
You
got
tip
some
it in the
gabagool.
olive oil I got for you.
Hey, I got some secret sauce for
If
you
you
right
s-
now. I got some secret sauce for you right now. It's my grandma's secret
Yeah,
recipe.
yeah. My mother, you know what the secret is? She puts a little cranberry juice in the sauce. But yeah,
Put
no.
a little bit of cream in it.
Yeah, this
Oh,
could be a hot cat. I wanna play the unsuspecting girl.
Oh,
You wear a wig.
I gotta wear a wig. And I wouldn't wear I wouldn't want to like put implants in because you know what? Every body type's beautiful. You know what? You pig men. You like your cleavage. Griselli will be like, oh, come on, sweetheart, mush them together for me. Not the boobs, the 2 pieces of bread. You're missing all the sauce. I'm hungry now. I don't know.
Huh?
I'm hungry now.
Thank God you brought brownies.
I brought some brownies. Yeah.
What a gentleman you are.
I am.
No. What's in the brownies?
It's
No.
basic. It's basic white girl season in my house.
Hey,
My wife,
yeah, it's a pumpkin spice. I love pumpkin
she
spice.
made.
Oh, I didn't mean to mispronoun you. I'm sorry.
It's
Pumpkin
fine.
spice everything.
I'll let it slide. The 2% Jew of me will let it slide. I won't get my lawyer.
Pumpkin spice everything. I'm like,
Pumpkin
where's my
bro-
pumpkin pie?
But there's no pumpkin bro. Like there's no bro. Like what's the bro version of fall? Like women are like, oh my god,
Oh
pumpkin.
my god, pumpkin spice.
Like no bros like, yeah, leather and football. Like
No, so you imagine a guy like a bro. It's like, yeah, it's like, where's my pumpkin spice?
I'm surprised they haven't cashed in on like pumpkin spice like muscle milk. Like that's a market they got to go into. Like what there's like a really festive bro. Like a bro's like, yo, why's my...
I think we're on the same.
Like
Move over,
whey,
Christian,
like
please.
pumpkin spice flavored whey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
This just maybe you and your basic,
Protein
you know,
shake.
you and your basic weedette, like she's kicking up with her Uggs, sipping her pumpkin latte, and you just got this sick pump from the gym, and you need that protein. But you know what? You feel like being a little festive.
Pumpkin
You want a
spice
little?
whey.
You need a little nutmeg in your fucking creatine, like you know.
I got your nutmeg right here.
Yes, you know the bros.
Hey, you're saying
Listen,
it's not me.
the bros like when the leaves change too. You know, it makes their swole look good. You know, it's all about the cuts in the bicep. Yeah, but yeah, being a bro, that was my former life. I know you want to get to my old bro life.
Oh, you've already gone to it.
Yeah, let me talk about it. I was a former bro from the ages of 18 to like 22. Because 22, I met my wife and I had to retire the bro. I had to retire the Italia
How's
jersey.
the pension going?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good time for bros. Let me tell you how the bro life was. You guys remember Blue Lounge? How old are you? Like, I'm 30. You guys
28.
28. So you guys, where else? You remember Blue Lounge?
I've never been there, but a bunch of my friends.
Hush, remember like Hush, like all
Hush,
the old like club spots that were notorious for underage drinking. I literally had an ID from a place in New Jersey that didn't exist, and they would let me in.
Wait, what?
It was like I don't know if I still have it. I have the picture. I don't know. I'll send it to you guys. Want to blast it on the cast? I don't know how you guys do your social media.
No, we're gonna make one cut or whatever in like the video itself. And it's just gonna be that one.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture. I have it on my Instagram. I'll send it to you. And my fake ID was from a place called Ocean Township, New Jersey. I went to one of the places, I think it was called Beer Goggles. It was off of Bay Street. It used to be one of the notorious underage
I've heard of that
places.
one, yeah. So
I went there, and the guy looks at it at the bouncer. He scoffs at me and goes like, I live in Jersey. This place doesn't exist. Have fun. And he just like they needed the money so bad. They're like, whatever. This kid needs to get his stomach pumped. I'll just say, oh, we didn't know he was, he was 17. But yeah, no. But being Guido back then was like before the Jersey Shore like glamorized it. Like a lot of Guidos are probably gonna get me too. I have to say, because the whole protocol was you'd go to these clubs, it'd be loud. There was no like, hey, what's up, girl? My name's Anthony, like or Antonio, depending on how suave I wanted to be that day.
Depending on what day.
Yeah, if the girl looked like she hated Italians, like, hey, I'm Anthony. Oh, you seem very Irish. Oh, yeah. I love potato famines. How about you?
Potato famine. And then you just be like, may I please buy you a drink?
Oh, man, please. Oh, sweetheart, you are the sweetest Southern man. I wish I was a Southern guy. Southern guys must get mad tail because they were just like that sweet accent. But I digress. But back then, when you were in these loud clubs, you would just go up to a girl. Maybe you'd make eye contact. Or maybe, if you were a real pro, you would just creep up behind the girl. And all of a sudden, the girl would just feel gentle friction behind her. And she would have, so it would be a girl, you'd be creeping up behind the girl, and the girl's friend would be here.
Oh, too small.
She's like, oh, I feel something. Yeah, oh man, guys, is that a Tic Tac? Oh, man. But then her friend would give her the look. And she'd be like, if she gave like a smile, like, all right, this guy's cute, let him just start grinding on you. But if the girl gave you the look, like, girl, she'd just pull you away. And like, that was consent back then. Like, you would just go around and creep up to girls, and like it was cool. Like, no one ever got upset. Like, yeah, a girl would mush you in the face or like, oh, go away. But like, you would go up to a girl, start grinding on her. She'd like look back and like, oh, good, this guy's got a sick mutton chop. I'm gonna dance with this guy. Oh, he smells like he smells like Armani Code. Oh, I like this guy. And then you would start dancing, and then maybe you'd like start making out, and then you'd start talking. So like, you would skip so many steps.
Completely out of order.
Exactly. It was a different
family values, guys.
I love my kid, by the way. My wife, my child, are my
just
main.
to plug it in, you
Just to plug it in. I'm a family man. This is old Antonio. If you want to write letters to Collective Podcast, you can go Kristen Caputo at email, whatever your thing is.
No, at email.com.
At email.email. Yeah, but no, back in these clubs like Pasha. Remember, Pasha was a notorious Guido spot in the city. You would go in and you would hear nothing. Like, I would leave there with my ears ringing. And when you would meet girls there, you wouldn't have conversations until, like, way after you've already, like, grinded on somebody. Like, it's completely unethical by today's standards, but that's what you would do. You would go up to a girl. Maybe, like I was suave. I would go up to a girl, I'd grab her by the hand and give her, like, a twirl. And she'd be like, oh, my French charming. And then she'd reach in her pocket for mace, and then I'd get maced. And then that's usually how that would end up. But no, but, like, yeah, it was... The alpha male was king back then, like, in, like, early 2000s. Now, I would say mid-2000s. Like, if you were that was alpha male. You would go with your sick blowout.
Yeah, bro, when Evanescence was on the radio.
Evanescence, so you heard Bring Me to Life, you know you were hooking up. Bro, if you were dancing to a girl in Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, the hard club version came up, if you didn't jam your tongue down this girl's throat, your friends would question your sexuality instantly. No, but that's what you would do. You would just go up to these girls, start dancing with them. You'd make out, and then you'd start, like, getting to know each other. Oh, hey, whatever, hey.
All right, we just made out. What's your name?
Hey, what's your name? Oh, you like my sick chain girl? You like my muscles. I wasn't like a ripped Guido. I was like the Vinny. If I had to compare him to my Jersey Shore, because like I was like an authentic like sweet Italian boy, but you know, I hung out with like some dirty Guidos. Like we would all like roll into like the clubs. And the worst thing is that I learned as a Guido is you can't roll into these clubs with your boys. As cool as that sounds, like you just go in there going.
It really is not cool at all.
No one likes to. My friend used to have a saying in a sword fight, no one wins. You know. Yeah. Sausage fest. You know, if you're gonna go to a sausage fest, you better hope someone brought a bunch of buns. You know what I mean? But when I started going out with like my close girlfriends, like girls I was friends with, girls looked at you in a different light. It's like, yo, this guy's rolling in with like 6 girls. Like, well, I want to know about this guy. Like, your creep level drops because like the whole theory was that if these girls are laughing, hanging out with you, like oh, this guy must not be a creep. Like, why would these girls, like, because that camaraderie around girls where they're like, I like how I went from, like, talking about scat now. I'm like, yo, bros, how you get girls, bro? Bro, you rolling with chicks, you get chicks. No, but yeah, like, that was, like, there was a different time back then. And now, I don't know how kids hit. I haven't been to a bar in years because obviously I'm a family man because I love my wife and child. Guys. I haven't if I fist pump now, my arthritis, my carpal tunnel hits me, I can't do it. I get it up maybe 2-3 good pumps and that's
my
it.
Social Security kicks in and then I can
that's
really
it. Yeah, I gotta get that pension, 401k, my Ross,
my hand has an AARP card.
Yeah, dude, I get my hand gets a discount at Denny's if I go there early enough. But no, I mean, I don't know if you guys. How do you hit on a girl at a bar now? Now it's like
you kind of have to be more subtle with it. Like you can't give like as many signs. Like unfortunately, you have to play a little hard to get as much as they're willing to play hard to get with you. But then like you kind of have to come in the middle, and then usually get like a number, a couple dates, and stuff like that.
If my wife, because you know what is
I'm not about the dating app stuff.
See, I'm glad you're saying that, Jerry. You hate Jerry, right?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry. No, what you're saying that's true, because when I started going out in the Guido phase, there was no Tinder. Online dating was taboo. Like, if you met someone online through, like, Match.com, which I think was the only one out at that time, like, it was weird. It was, like, so unnatural. Like, so, like, I
think eHarmony, too.
eHarmony, Match and eHarmony, like, were the first one. So when I started dating my wife, like, that's it. That's it. Once I started dating her, I missed the whole online dating thing. So I had my friends, like, showing me Tinder and be like, oh, what do you think about this girl? I'm like, oh, she's cute. All right, swipe right. I'm like, that's it? like it's like, it
what's
makes...
step 2? Like, what do you do?
The beta male is thriving because of online apps. Because back then, it was like survival of the fittest. Like, if you didn't go up and approach the girl in the Guido time of 2005... like, you wouldn't talk to a girl. Like, you either had to have a friend introduce you, like, oh, hey, my girlfriends are meeting up, I'll introduce you. Or you just had to go cold open and be like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously, I wouldn't always grind up on girls. Because I have a wife and child who I love dearly for many years. If you're listening to this on the Collective Podcast Network, I am a great husband. So then, right, you would creep on bitches sometimes. But then, like, yeah, you would go up. Like, if you were a shy guy, you didn't get girls' numbers. You didn't make out with girls. Like, Christian's raising his hand. But I could tell this guy's a quiet guy, but he's probably packing a monster schlong. Like, I could tell. It's always the guys with, like, the awkward posture who have, like, the biggest, like, fucking hammers.
The conspiracies.
Yeah, this is my big dick conspiracy, guys. Christian ladies, if you're listening to the Collective Podcast, Christian...
he's got a nice
It's touching
wife.
the floor right now. I don't know if you could see this in podcast land, but we're all pantsless right now. So that's the moral of the story. So times have changed, is what I'm saying. That's the take-home point, Collective.
So we really appreciate such an amazing hour of pure comedy. I feel like we're just at one of your shows right now. It's perfect.
If you're at one of my shows, I'd have to give you guys refunds.
There you go. But I wanted to actually plug in for you maybe a couple shows that you have coming up to end off the podcast.
I haven't been doing a lot of stuff in the city, but I've been doing stuff on Staten Island. On the 17th, I'm going to be at Rosebank Tavern. John Kirshner and Nick Cara. Great comedians, good friends of mine. They throw a great show there.
Oh, yeah.
Free show, monthly. They get a great show.
They do a really good job there.
It's really good. They always manage to get a decent crowd. And the regulars there are really on board with the show. So I'll be there on the 17th. The next Pepper Jack show, I don't know when that is, but they do it monthly. Greg and Rob, Carter's Own, great show. I always drop in there. That's like my comedy cellar. Like I could just come in with like my hat like I'm Seinfeld. I'm not going to say his first name because, Gerard is going to get upset if I say Jerry. He's going to just go call Fox and be like, I want all the syndication of Seinfeld taken off the air. This guy's name affects me.
I love Seinfeld. Don't do that.
Just call him Seinfeld. That's it. He's like Bono now. He's like Bono Cher. He has no first name. You don't want to upset your friend.
You're developing a new alias. I couldn't be more honored.
Yeah, Mike. He's just going to be Uselli. That's it.
Uselli.
Gooselli. I like Gooselli. The first time I heard someone say Gooselli, I was like, yeah, it makes more sense than his real name. But yeah, I'll be there on the Pepper Jack show. I'll be on the 17th. And then I haven't really done anything too big on the island, but there's a new show on Gatsby's on the Bay that Farouk Hussein's doing, another good friend of mine.
Oh, he's really good.
Really funny dude. He just did the inaugural show, so it went really well, so he's going to be doing shows. Patrick Haggerty, he's going to be doing a show at Rab's Country. I'll probably get a spot there soon. It'd be great if I'm plugging these spots that you could see me at, and they just don't give me spots. they're like, Antonio, you're too controversial in this Collective Podcast. We can't book you. Club etiquette. We can't put this. This is gonna be the after dark episode.
No, and then you'd be like, no, the keyword is etiquette. I'm just trying to prove a lesson to you guys right now.
You can see me and Greg and Rob have a podcast, the Greg and Rob podcast. I'm an occasional special guest on there every now and then. They do a great job. They're definitely, you could have them on here. They'd be a hoot. They're some funny guys. Yeah, I mean, those are my plugs. Yeah, I mean, you can follow me on social media, Antonio Giurato, Giurato, on Facebook. I don't use Twitter. Twitter's not for me. Twitter will get me in trouble.
It's just so outdated.
It's outdated. Like, what am I going to tweet? No one cares what I think. Yeah. I mean, at least on Facebook, when I put out a thought, like, I know it's like the people, what my friends care about what I think. A guy in Arkansas isn't going to care about my hot hashtag of the week.
Exactly.
Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. That's very eclectic. I don't really use that for comedy. That's for cooking, my action figures, my child, old vintage club shots. Actually,
have you rub it up against women?
Yeah, no. In this day and age, I'm a family man. Anything I said was the old Antonio. He doesn't exist anymore.
If you want to contact me, please call Child
Just like how Christian's a former Toys R Us employee. Toys R Us doesn't exist. Guido Antonio doesn't exist. They're all just figments of the past. You can't press charges. But if you do, Christian Caputo at email.com. But yeah, just follow me on social media, have fun. I'm sure, hopefully, I get some new friend requests from this amazing episode that'll probably get you guys banned, to be honest with you.
Off of the North Shore.
YouTube.
Yeah, off the North Shore. Probably like past Westerly. Westerly below are probably good.
Yeah. Everybody in the city be like, they're talking about scat and stuff.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
It's good, but as I mentioned, I'm 2% Jewish. I'm 6% African. Syrian, maybe. I don't know. Did we offend the Syrians today? How about that oil, Syrians? And yeah, I think we're good. I think I covered all my bases.
All right. Antonio.
Thanks for you guys having me. I'll plug this episode. You guys are great. You're gentlemen.
All right. Thank you, Antonio.
All right, thanks, guys.
You got it. What a workout that was.
I'm exhausted.
Especially talking with Antonio Giurato. No, but I have to say, though, in all seriousness, very good guest. He was a bowl of entertainment, and that is an understatement. You will definitely be witnessing all of the action jam-packed it is going to be.
Yeah. Some controversial, some not. But yeah. So
way to finish my sentences. I love it.
So I want to say Chris is our next guest. Hopefully, I want to say he's going to be the next one. We're going to have him on talk about Vault of Horror. Me and Chris's debate about Halloween.
And Antonio Giurato.
Yes. So we have some guests, hopefully, that we can't talk about yet, but big guests that are going to be on within the next couple of months. Leave you guys in suspense. Going to talk more about the trailer that we had with Chris and whatnot. But yeah, so thanks for listening.
And just so I could plug it in, Joe Valenti, come on the podcast.
Yeah, it's not a podcast unless we mention Joe Valenti. But yeah, so hit that subscribe button, all that great stuff in the beginning that I said. Yeah, and I guess that's it. Oh, excuse me. I guess that's it, Jerry.
Oh, yes.
Yes, as I start choking on these pretzels that I've been eating for the last 5 minutes. Yeah. So, see ya.
Love you.